Country Legends, 550, 92.9 and online, mycountrylegends.com. Once again, 33 outside, partly cloudy skies, 5 minutes after 9 on this Thursday morning. Leon Ijames is here with us. We got a couple of special guests in the studios with us this morning, Leon, and I'll let you do the honors and introduce them.
We do. We're going to talk sports at 9 o'clock, or right after 9 o'clock. We normally do that earlier, as we did earlier, but did you hear my comments? Oh, that was yesterday when I commented about this.
That was yesterday.
Yes, yesterday.
I'm sure you've heard all about it today.
I have heard some comments from some people today that said, what do you mean, get over it?
Yeah.
I said, yeah. Well, we have with us the head football coach and the athletic director at Statesville Christian School, and I know you've heard already that Statesville Christian School is going to do football this year. In addition to football, they're going to be doing other sports, which they've been doing some all along. But, you know, guys, I recall back, I guess it's been 6-7 years ago, Statesville Christian had one heck of a basketball team.
Absolutely.
And then somehow that went away. They started a football program, and then somehow that went away. Now, I'll talk first to the athletic director, Bruce Johnson, about that. Whatever possessed you to think that you could make a football program work at Statesville Christian?
Well, I don't know how long my arm is to pat myself on the back here, but you know, Leon, leadership is the key. You know, leadership is the key, and when you build things on the right foundation, they're going to be successful. And if you don't build them on the right foundation, eventually they're going to fall apart. And I think that what we've got going right now is we've got a new vision. And we've got a new headmaster that's got new ideas and has got a great background. I know that I've got a great background. This is not my first rodeo. I've built a couple of top football programs in the country, and the Lord led us here. And then he just brought a gentleman named Angelo Cox into my life, sitting to my right here, and that just certified in my mind that God was all over this. So we've got great leadership. We've got a great coach that's going to lead this program. We've got a school that's excited about it, and Lord's not going to let this fail.
Well, you mentioned Angelo Cox, and, of course, he's sitting here to your right. He's from Wilson, North Carolina, and he's been a part of some successful programs in football as associate head coach at South Lake Christian Academy, which we hear a lot about in this area because that's close by. But, Coach, when you talk to A.D. Bruce Johnson, and he started talking with you about what he wanted to do, what was your first reaction to that?
Well, you know, I paused. I paused because I was out from coaching for a while. And, you know, when me and Bruce started talking, you know, I could see God speaking through him. And I just felt that this was where I was supposed to be. You know, from the words that were coming out of his mouth, you know, it was not just about football. It was about building young men that could go to college, that could be impactful in the community with their families, and even when they become married. So it surpasses football. So that's what made me make that decision.
There are so many people that look at sports and athletics, and I played sports on the high school and college level, and it's a situation where that people say, there are so many people who say, well, it's unnecessary. That's just something the kids do. They're wasting time. They ought to be in academia, and that's all good. You got to have that academic side of it. Obviously, you feel, and Statesville Christian has developed a reputation for being a good school from an academic standpoint. And with the new headmaster there, Jeff Durham, obviously, he's looking at the athletic side of it and saying, let's get the mind and body right, both. Obviously, that made you feel good in thinking about becoming a head coach.
Well, absolutely. The head of school, his name is Mark Earwood. Our high school principal is Jeff Durham.
Okay.
You know, the thing about it is athletics help you build character. You know, and you know, I find even today, whenever I'm faced with situations of adversity, you know, I'm able to overcome them just because of the experience I've had in athletics. And by kids coming to play football, whether it be basketball, baseball, whatever have you, those tendencies and things that they've overcome over, you know, whether it be basketball on the court or on the tennis courts or wherever, it transpires over to their families. So I think athletics is just a great way, and I think that God works through athletics.
Team sport is a situation that can teach one more about life than anything else. You know, you got several sports where there are individuals, tennis, golf, those things are individual things, and those things teach you discipline with your mind to be able to do certain things. But with team sports, your mind's got to be disciplined as well as your body disciplined. Also, it teaches you a lot of life lessons, working with somebody else and making people happen. What is it you specifically get out of coaching it, and what makes you feel, first of all, that a small school like Statesville Christian, that you're going to be able to get a competitive football program there?
Well, it starts with people, and that means it starts from the top. And I haven't seen character, integrity from these two men that I'm following in a long time. So it starts from there, and I think that a community like Statesville, I'll be in the community. Kids like to play for coaches who they're like, and they like to also play for coaches that are going to be honest with them and have their best interest at hand. I'm going to have my kids, every kid, best interest at hand. I want to see them be successful. Not only on the football field, but in the classroom. I want to see them go to college. I want them to have the highest GPA. So, and I also want them to be not only good but great sons to their parents. Or so that's what I'm about. And I think that kids see that. They can see the sincerity in a coach. So.
And if I'm a parent, and I am a parent, I have a son. Of course, he played sport. He played baseball as I did at Statesville High School and Gardner Webb College. But he's moved on. He's grown now. He's older than I am already. And but if I'm a parent and I'm listening to what you're saying, I'm thinking, wow, I want my kid to go play for that guy. Obviously, that's the kind of attitude you're trying to portray so that parents think that. However, you've got to win that kid.
Absolutely. And, this is who I am, what I say. I've learned that I don't need another accolade. My desire is to win championships. I'll be honest with you. But I'm not here to stroke my ego. I'm not here to anything about me. People will see. I sincerely care about the kids. And you can look in my past, the kids that I've brought through South Lake. Those kids still stay in contact with me, even the ones that are in college. So, I'm caring about that kid because it's about the return. You invest everything, whether it be money, you invest in your kids. You want to see those kids return and see what they become. So that's my thing. Every parent that comes to be a part of Statesville Christian, I think it's going to be a blessing to them. I'm not going to sit here and tell you anything that's superficial, and that's just the truth. I think we have great men in place. We've settled a great coaching staff who really cares about the kid and knows the game of football. So they're going to get football, but they're also going to get leadership and discipleship. So when they do leave this program, they're going to be ready for the world.
You have obviously assembled a coaching staff. Talk a little bit about your assistants, the number of assistants you have, and mention some names if you so desire.
Well, we have a few. We haven't. I may bring about two more, but we have Jason Slagle, who is a wonderful, terrific guy who always is. I think he's a prayerful guy. John Binkley. Jason Slagle will be our quarterback receivers coach. John Binkley will be working with our defense, safeties, linebackers. We also have Tom Camilli. He'll be our offensive coordinator for right now. And we have Bill Holloway, who's a great guy. He's an older fellow, but he has a lot of wisdom. And I think we can glean off of that. And also James Blakey. He's going to be helping out with the offensive side of the ball as well, who's just his integrity and his character just blows me away. So, I am looking to bring on two more coaches. But right now, those coaches are, let me tell you, class act.
Now, one of the things, and I'll address this with the athletic director, Coach Johnson, I'll call you. you obviously, and this could be a sticky subject, so I'm just going to throw it out there and let it bounce off of you.
I'm glad
I got no problem.
I'm glad you're giving that one to Bruce.
There are several high schools in this area that field football teams, and it's quite possible that some kids are going to come from some of those high schools and come to Statesville Christian and play football. You're going to be faced, and I'm sure you've thought about that, with the accusation, if you will, that they took my football player. How do you deal with that?
Well, the only thing we can do is just be honest and upfront with what we do. We're not going to violate any rules. We're not going to target any players. We're not going to go down to the local high school and say, boy, I really like that kid. Let's go down and recruit that kid. Let's talk to his parents. Let's get that kid to come. But we're going to do something that I haven't seen around here too much, Leon, and that's we're going to market what we do. We're going to let people know that Statesville Christian is a great high school. That's a great school. It's a great elementary school. So we want kids from all ages to come to our school. We got wonderful principals, great teachers. We want people to know that we're there and this is what we offer. And we're going to tell them that we offer a great Christian education. And it's a great opportunity for Christians to look and say, hey, I would like to have my child there. And now we're going to say we've got a top-notch athletic program, and we've got great coaches, and we've got a great football coach. And we're going to market that. We're going to let people know. It's all about leadership. It's all about discipleship. People are going to look at that, and they already are. They're coming up to Coach Cox, and they're saying, I want my child to be a part of that. And so we're already generating excitement. But we're putting it in the paper. Obviously, we're here with you today, Leon. We really appreciate that. But we're marketing our school, and we're letting people know we're going to be first class in everything we do. We're going to be excellent because we want to glorify God, and we believe that being excellent does that. We're going to have a servant spirit because we believe, like you talked about, team, something bigger than yourself. It's not about me. It's about being part of a school, a team, a community. Learning those values brings real joy in a person's life. It's the only thing I think that lasts in this life is what you do for others. And I think you know that playing baseball in college.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
You understand that. And that carried over into your family. You talk about your son and how he played ball, and I can see the pride in your eyes.
Yes.
That all starts, right there. And then finally, we're going to be competitive, and we're not going to make any excuses for it. We want to be competitive to reach our God-given potential. So winning is not the only measure of success, might not even be the most important, but it is a measure, and we're going to strive for it. So we're going to win, but we're going to do it the right way, and we're going to be excellent because we think that glorifies God. And when we do those things and we market those things, kids are going to want to come. And we're not going to apologize for that when they come. I don't care how good they are.
I was just going to ask you, what do you do when that kid who's a star running back for, say, a high school somewhere else walks up to you and says, I think, or you get a call from a parent saying, I want my kid to come and talk to you. And that coach at the other school is really mad because his kid is coming talking to you. How do you deal with that?
Well, I've been an athletic director in public school all my life. And there have been, private Christian schools. In fact, our biggest rival when I was growing up was Warren JFK High School, which was Catholic high school. Mm-hmm. And that kind of stuff happened all the time. And I had good friends that were on the coaching staff there, and we used to go back and forth about that. But I think you can build a respect. I think, if they see that we're doing things the right way, I think they'll respect us. They're not going to like it if that happens. But we really want kids to come at an early age. We want to develop our own kids and build our own programs. We know at first that we're going to get kids that are going to come because they're going to see that and they're going to want to be a part of that. And, those coaches in those schools, I'm sure they're running good programs. It's just going to motivate them to work harder and spend more time with their kids. I got a coach over here that's going to give every kid an individualized plan that's going to work with them one-on-one, disciple them, talk about their college careers with them, develop them to that point. Those coaches out there are going to look at Angelo Cox and say, you know what, I'm going to have to be as good as that guy. So we want Angelo to be the rabbit. He's going to be the one that's out there running, and we hope the rest of them chase him.
Well, he's not a real big fellow, so they might catch him.
We want him to be out in front all along the way. Now, if we want Statesville High School, for example, we want them to be a great program. We want them to be a great program and go on and win state titles. There's no reason why Statesville Christian can't.
Well,
and that's going to be our goal.
Now, Coach, you obviously early on, you're going to have some kids who are going to come out and say they're going to get to know you, and I can sense that a kid playing football get to know you. He'll say, I wouldn't mind playing for that coach. He seems like he's the kind of guy that has my best interest at heart. But at the same time, you're going to have some kids who think that and think they're football players, but may not really be. How do you deal with that situation?
Well, I think every football team has those players. I've had those players in the past. But I make sure that my football players understand that it's not all about football. And everybody's talent is not the same. But I treat every kid like they're important. I don't care how many touchdowns you score. That doesn't impress me. I want every kid to understand is your integrity is what impresses me. What you do off the field, how you treat people is what impresses me. How you treat your parents. So the kids that may not be as fortunate athletically as other kids, they're going to get in the game. They're going to play. The parents are going to enjoy being in the stands because I'm going to put them in the game. They may get in the game and play the first quarter, may run 1 or 2 plays, but they're going to get in the game. I believe in rewarding hard work. And if they're out there working as hard as the other kids that are better than athletically, I believe that they still should get in and play. So they'll get that opportunity, but they will know that I'm not judging them on their athletic ability, but their character.
When do you start your football workouts? As you're aware, I'm sure most of the schools in the public system, I'll say, they allow coaches to start working out and getting prepared for the next season. They'll start not that far away, doing weight workouts now, but starting, I think it's April, they can start doing some things like 7-on-7s and that kind of thing. When will you start your workouts for
Well,
kids?
right now, I officially don't start at the school. I've been working at the school for the last couple of days last week. But I officially don't start until February 1st. But I'm still I'll be at the school this week and next week as well. But we'll start. I'm going to start implementing a weightlifting program. Hopefully, right around the 1st for the kids right after school, and we'll start our summer workouts the 1st of June. So I'll have the calendar written out where we'll start everything, and if the kids want to come out during the spring, do some. I think the rules, you can't have a certain amount of players on the field, but if they want to come out and throw the ball and work out and do some of that stuff during the spring, that's fine. But our summer workout should usually start right around June 1st.
Now, where will you play your games?
We have 5. Is it 5 home games or 6?
6 now.
I think we have 6 home games this year. So we'll play 6 home games, hopefully at our stadium. We're in the process of putting up lights. So we have that process right now. We're in configuration of that. So most of our games hopefully should be at our stadium, at our field, which we have a vision to revamp that field. So most of our home games will be at our place, and then, of course, the other 5 will be away games.
Now, you mentioned your field. I wasn't aware that there was I knew that there was a field back there, but I didn't know it had been converted to a football field. So I guess, and putting up lights, that's going to make a big difference over there. What about seating and that kind of thing?
We're in process for that, too. We're in talks with putting our bleachers in. So we're really trying to converge, and you can't see it all right now. But me and Bruce were talking about it and getting things done. We're in motion, and things seems like it looks like we may have everything done. I'm at the end of the summer.
Well, that's great. Now, realistically, you look at the team, and of course, wins and losses is what people gauge you by, and especially as a coach, you didn't win, so what's the situation? Doesn't matter the other good things they did. They didn't win, but at any rate, what would you reasonably expect to have happen in the first year of this football team?
I expect us to be very competitive. As far as wins, our schedule is it's a fairly tough schedule. I didn't do a rinky-dink schedule, but I do expect us to win the majority of our games. That's my expectation. I only expect us to lose maybe just a couple if we do. There is a possibility that, depending on the kids that we have play, and how soon we can get our workouts and get everything, our schemes and everything installed. I wouldn't be surprised if we win the majority, but I wouldn't be surprised if we go half and half. So I can't say but I do know that my expectation is to win every game.
Leon, I told him I was with him win or tie.
You didn't say lose.
No.
Well, you're not quite as tough as my coach. He said, "I'm with you when you win."
Yeah, there you go.
So
yeah,
I'm giving him a little break first year. Win or tie, we'll go with that.
We expect them to win every game.
Yeah, I know there are certain things you don't want to divulge about your football team and what have you, but how has the interest been among local kids as far as and parents in getting their kids involved in your football program?
I think the interest is it's been exciting, and we've had, I mean, just yesterday we had a kid come up to me in the parking lot. He was from another school, and he came up and he told me he wanted to play football for me, and I was just standing there. I thought he was a student at Statesville, but he wasn't, and I said, "I'll take you." And told them the process. So the interest is building, and it's a very positive interest. I've seen the parents are excited, the community are excited. And I'm the type where I don't want any, I guess you would say, brushback or hate or from other coaches or whatever in the community. I'm just here to do what I do. And that is to bring kids in and help them go to college and make them great football players, and individuals as well. I can help them get to college. I got a proven track record of it. Left from Southlake where we had 60 plus, probably 70 now, D1 offers. And that's a small program where we left from. You talking about from the University of Notre Dame, NC State, Carolina, Boston College, all the way to Michigan and even UCLA. So all those schools. But it takes hard work to gain that. And those kids where I came from, they worked hard. So I'm here to just implement hard work. If kids come, I'm not going to go out and get anybody else's kids. So coaches right now, if they hear the radio station, they all know that right now. No. But if the kids come to me, I'm going to embrace them. I'm going to help them develop a plan that's conducive to their athletic ability. So that's what I'm here for.
I was listening to you say when we were talking numbers as far as wins were concerned. At one point, you said I know you said you had 11 games, and you said, "Well, we might lose a couple." So I see a 9-2 record when you say that. I do that. That's the way I do those things.
That's I came up with, Leon. That's good, man.
And that's a pretty good record starting off. And if you can get that kind of record going, even if you don't do that, I suspect though, based on looking at you two gentlemen and seeing the sincerity in your words and what you're saying in your eyes, to me, as I said earlier, I got a kid playing. I might say, I want to test the waters and see what's going on over there, see what the deal is, because the idea is to give them the opportunity to do something they enjoy, such as playing football, playing sport, and then get a quality education. And I think it's been proven. I know going back to the basketball program, when Statesville Christian had that basketball program, they had several kids that went to major colleges. And I'm thinking of one kid, his name escapes me right now, but I think he's still in the NBA right now. Yeah. So they was in that program, and I went over and watched those kids play, and they were awesome to watch play. So if the football team develops in a manner such as that, you got a lot to look forward to.
That's
and
right.
A lot of work to do. You mentioned adding a couple of other coaches. You ever get what type of situation are you looking for when you think in terms of coaches?
You mean position-wise?
Yes.
Right now, I am looking for a defensive coordinator. If I don't have the one that I feel fits that spot, in particularly, then I'll take over that position and run that show until the good Lord sends me someone that matches that spot. But other than that, and O-line and D-line. So I'm looking for those two spots to fill. So of quality men that care about kids. So I don't care about how many wins or what type of program they come from, but I want to see the sincerity of them. Know the game, but know that they care about the kids. That's the main thing. So that's where I am with the coaching.
You mentioned the weight training, getting preparation for it. Obviously, in order to do that, you've got to have a good weight training facility. Right. Is there such a facility on the campus of Statesville Christian?
We have a weight room. It's small, but we have plans to enlarge it. We have plans to redo, come up with a vision for a locker room and everything. So we have vision and plans to do those things. So right now, I was at Southlake, and the weight room's probably the same size as Southlake's weight room. And they just came out with another championship, the kids that I had. So there was a state championship that we accomplished when I was there. So I right now, our weight room is small, but it's what you do in it until we can enlarge it.
And of course, talked with Bruce, the AD here. We talked about basketball. We're talking about football now, and I know Coach Cox is a football coach, and obviously he's committed to football. But there are other sports that go on. Will you be involved in some of those other sports, and to what level?
Well, when we first started this, Leon, we weren't thinking football. Our whole idea was to take the sports we had and work with that. We just believed that when this thing opened up and God opened the doors for us, that it was a way in which we could improve our other sports. We have some excellent coaches. Our high school basketball coach is a fine young man. Really knows his basketball. I watched him just the other day take on a team with quite a bit more athleticism and talent, and just did a terrific job. We got a great girls basketball coach. All these guys played college ball, and they know what they're doing, and they got a great heart. We have a girls soccer coach that won state title a couple years back. We got a young man that's coaching our soccer program right now that was a great high school player and has worked with Lake Norman Soccer Club and is building those things. We've got a wonderful volleyball coach, Narissa Nesbitt. We just hired this past year, and she's doing a tremendous job, and she's involved with some of the JO programs and stuff like that. So we're going across the board with this. Today we're here talking about football, but I'm the athletic director for all of these sports, and we're looking to build every single one of them. Angelo talked about facilities. We got a 3-year action plan where we really want to improve all of those things, including practice fields, a new locker room. We've got locker rooms. We got a good, nice gym, beautiful little gym. Mm-hmm. But we got a nice field out back, great atmosphere. People are going to love coming to football at Statesville Christian. But we've got a great facility for our volleyball and for our basketball, and we play soccer back there, but we're also looking to expand our practice facilities. So our 3-year action plan is for every single sport. We hope someday to have a track in the very near future so that we can offer track in the spring. So these are things that we're looking at, and Angelo and I just talked on the way over here about the month of February being our big fundraising month. And we're looking to do some big things in this next year to raise the money that we need to. And hopefully when the kids come, that's really going to help us solidify the school as well.
Of course, in addition to being head football coach, Angelo is the associate AD, so you and he have to work together real close on making sure these things happen. So that obviously bodes well that you got both of you in the same mindset there.
Yeah, my only problem is he's getting a new computer. He's already got a new iPad. He got the best office furniture in the school. Jealousy's an ugly thing, Leon. I'm trying to. No, I love him. I love him dearly. It's the best thing that happened to me, having him come on board. I've been athletic director for 20 years. Just came from Green High School in Ohio, where I had a tremendous group of people that I work with and love dearly. And to have Angelo come on was just a gift. We're already brothers, and that's just exciting to me. It's fun to come to work every day. Have somebody like that, and of course Mark Earwood, our headmaster, is the same way. And when we're together, we just have a good time, and we just trust the Lord for things, and we work hard.
Well, when you see that kind of situation, and you're like I said, if you're a student athlete and you see the situation where people are working together as opposed to working against each other, and they're working for the common good of that student, then it tends to make parents as well as students do a lot better. I want to thank you guys for coming and talking with us this morning about Statesville Christian Schools football program and athletic programs in general. Right now we're talking football. We look forward to getting a chance to talk to you more as time goes on and talk to you about where you are and how you look to what are you going to do after you win this state championship or those kinds of things, because we anticipate that's probably going to happen.
Leon, can we say one last thing?
Yes.
On Saturday at 6 o'clock at our high school, we're going to have a rollout, and we're going to talk about the program and what we're going to do, give some specifics, have some things there for people to sign up. We're going to have some T-shirts and hoodies and different things like that people can buy. Posters, everybody will get a poster. So anybody that's interested in the program, 6 o'clock at our high school in our gymnasium, and we'd love to have them out there, and certainly would love to have you Leon, and we thank you from the bottom of our heart for letting us come on the radio today and talk about our program. We appreciate you.
Well, thank you for what
Thank
you're
you.
doing in the community, and it's the community spirit, such as what you guys have, is what makes a community better.
Absolutely. And that's where some of our players, I do want to say this, our players will be in the community. We will do things like that, whether it be soup kitchens or whatever it may be, but you will see our team out in the community.
Mm-hmm. I belong to some civic organizations here, and my mind's working now as I think about that. And of course, I'm a veteran, and I do a lot with veterans organizations here. So I'm thinking a whole lot of things. Now that you said you're gonna get out in the community,
we will.
I'll find something
we're
for
here
you
to
guys.
serve,
For you guys,
just give us a call. We'll be there. You need us, we'll be there.
Absolutely.
And I'll try to be there on Saturday. I've got to be out of town on Saturday, but I think I'll be back in time.
We'll be looking for you.
All right. Thank you very much, and good to have you guys with us. And good luck to you in your football season.
Thank you.